In 1066, one of the most important battles in English history took place, a single day that decided the future of a nation. The Battle of Hastings wasn't just about who wore the crown. It was about the end of Anglo-Saxon rule and the beginning of Norman England, forever changing the culture, language, and politics of the British Isles. How did William the Conqueror defeat the powerful King Harold? And why does this moment still shape the English-speaking world to this day? Let's break down the battle that changed history. 1. The turmoil. After Edward the Confessor's death in January 1066, King Edward the Confessor died without an heir, sparking a succession crisis. 3 powerful men claimed the English throne. Harold Godwinson, Edward's brother-in-law William, Duke of Normandy, who said Edward promised him the throne. Harold Hardrada, the Viking king of Norway, backed by Tostig, Harold's brother. Fun fact, all 3 would go to war for it. 2. Harold's double trouble. In September 1066, Harold Godwinson defeated the Viking army at the Battle of Stamford Bridge, just days before William landed on the south coast of England. Harold had to march his army over 250 miles south to face William, with little rest or reinforcements. 3. The Norman invasion. On September 28, 1066, William of Normandy landed with about 7,000 troops in Pevensey, Sussex. His forces included archers, cavalry, and infantry, many trained for siege warfare. His aim? Take the English crown by force. 4. The Battle of Hastings begins. October 14, 1066. Harold's Anglo-Saxon army formed a strong shield wall on Senlac Hill near Hastings. The Normans attacked uphill but were initially repelled. However, a tactical trick changed everything. Norman troops feigned retreat, causing the English to break formation and chase them. That's when William's cavalry turned around and struck hard. 5. The death of King Harold. By late afternoon, the English lines were crumbling. Then came the moment etched into history. King Harold was struck in the eye by an arrow, or possibly cut down by Norman knights. His death marked the collapse of English resistance. Fun fact, the scene is famously depicted in the bayeux tapestry, stitched by Norman artists after the conquest. 6. William the Conqueror becomes king. After the battle, William marched to London, faced some final resistance, and was crowned King of England on Christmas Day, 1066 in Westminster Abbey. He became known as William the Conqueror, the first Norman king of England. 7. The end of Anglo-Saxon rule. With William's victory came the end of Anglo-Saxon dominance. He replaced the old nobility with Norman lords, introduced French culture, and laid the groundwork for feudalism in England. 8. Language and culture shift. The Normans brought a new language, Old French, which heavily influenced English vocabulary. Words like court, beef, justice, and noble all trace back to Norman rule. This blending formed the foundation of modern English. 9. Castles and control. William built dozens of castles across England to enforce his rule. Most famously, the Tower of London, started in 1078. These fortresses weren't just for defense, they were symbols of power. 10. Why the battle still matters. The Battle of Hastings wasn't just about a crown. It marked a complete transformation of England's identity. It shifted alliances from Scandinavia to continental Europe, introduced new laws, and forever altered the English language. It's one of the most pivotal moments in Western history. The Battle of Hastings may have lasted just one day, but its impact echoes nearly 1,000 years later. It was the turning point that gave rise to Norman England and shaped the future of the English-speaking world. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's most decisive battles, subscribe for more stories that shape the world we live in today.